Mm-hmm.
And what kind of energy and life does he sort of bring when he's back out on the field?
Oh, he brings a ton of energy. Just him being out there, I think he didn't even have to say anything like in walkthroughs. We saw him running in the huddle. We were like, oh, look, we got a new face. But a lot of energy. You know, he's a smart guy that gets guys to play, and that's what you like on defense.
That's what we were waiting for right
Uh-oh,
here.
come on, man.
Yesterday, Martin Emerson talked a lot about how you kind of talked him through a lot of stuff and kind of mentored him a little bit. I guess just how important is it for you to mentor some of these younger DBs as they come through here?
Yeah, usually, you know, it's like safeties would say that to me, but he plays corner, and whenever I'm on his side, it's like he looks at me, hey, talk to me, talk to me. So we do have like a little working relationship, and, you know, I feel like he's going to be a guy that contributes for us, that plays a lot, and I just want him to be in the right place at the right time. You know, obviously, he has the physical traits to be a really good player, but like I said, I want him to be in the right place, right time, mentally, and the sky's the limit for him, so I'm just trying to do whatever I can to help.
You guys seem so deep in the secondary, JJ. What's that going to do for your team over 17 games?
Oh, yeah. I mean, guys can rotate if we need to. If someone goes down, which we don't want, the next man can just step right in. Nothing changes. Got a lot of guys from last year coming back, so that always helps. And like you said, just that depth it provides like stability in your mind. Like I could take a play off without having to worry, oh my gosh, are we going to give up a touchdown? Like we don't have to worry about that. So I think it's good. You know, we can all push each other to be better. So I think depth in our room is crucial. It's crucial.
Now that you guys are ramping it up out there a little bit, just in terms of the pads and the contact, it's starting to become evident just how good this defense is. I mean, can you sort of sense it already this early in camp? Just you guys are making plays, patting down passes. What
Yep.
do you see?
I think just moving, you know, as we get closer to preseason one, we got to compete. We got to push ourselves because, you know, on Friday night it's going to be live bullets out there. So we're trying to simulate what we're going to see. Even if I don't know who's going to play, hopefully, you know, everyone can get a little whack at it. But yeah, we're just trying to simulate that at practice. But like you said, the sky's the limit for the defense. We say in the secondary room that we want to be the best. And, you know, number one, that's our goal. It's a realistic goal. It's attainable. So each and every day when we go out there on the practice field, we're just going to push ourselves to be the best.
Before practice, and then even on the sidelines, we see you guys talking to some of the receivers, talking to the quarterbacks, kind of gelling out there. Last season, you said that it was kind of a divide between the defense and offense in terms of chemistry. Are you seeing that early on kind of change and shift? Are you noticing a difference this year?
100%. I feel like we're a much closer team, and I think like the most connected team usually wins. You know, when you get down in like late in games, you need that extra little push, that extra chemistry with one another to, you know, to get over that hump. So I think, like you said, offense, defense, core teamers. I think we're all gelling much better. I don't know if it's because of COVID. You know, we all in the same locker room now, but guys like that I never talked to before, that literally we're on the same team, around each other every day. I might not have talked to him. I talk to him now, and I think that's like spread across the whole team.
Is Deshaun setting the tone for that, or who is sort of setting the tone? I've heard Joe Burrow talk about setting that kind of tone, making sure the team is close. Do you find that maybe that's where it's coming from?
I think everyone does their part in it. Everyone has a little part in it, but I will say, you know, early in the off season when he took the guys to their little trip, I think that did kind of spark something for us to make everyone a lot closer. We did something on our off day together. I'm not gonna give you too many details, but a lot of guys came out and we had a lot of fun. So things like that always help translate on the field.
A common thing we've heard from the DBs so far is just going against Amari Cooper. I guess like the more you get to go against him in practice, like how valuable is that for you guys as a position group to kind of get that prep before the season actually starts?
He can do it all. I mean, going against him, like you aren't going to see anything from someone else that you aren't going to see from him. You know, it's tough, it's challenging. You know, a lot of times he's going to maybe win, but I think, like you said, just competing, just seeing it, running with him, matching his energy, feeling it each and every day is going to make us, you know, a lot better as a team. So I like it, and hopefully, you know, we can just continue to push each other.
John, from a defensive perspective, what is it about the Nick Chubb that makes him so tough?
Well, honestly, even we can't really hit him out here, but the way he just comes running through a hole, like you don't want to get in front of him. Like I don't get in front of him. I get a rip at the ball if I can, but you know we just want to take care of one another. But I just think his physical nature, he doesn't waste too much energy, doesn't waste too much movement. He hits the hole, he has good vision, great feet, and if he needs to, he'll dip his shoulder on you. And I think that's the biggest thing, honestly. But I'm glad I don't have to, get in front of him. So.
He's been so prolific the last couple of seasons. Does he have another level that he can get to from what you've seen?
I think so. I mean, you can always get better. I think he has been getting better just from what I've been seeing in the off season, even like when he's been away from the facility. I just videos and stuff pop up. He's constantly working to be better. So I think there's always another level you can hit.
There's something about him too, where you guys are not tackling him, but some of his runs will get cheers from the crowd. I mean,
Right.
That's how explosive they look.
Exactly.
That's something you notice as well.
Yeah, I think, like you said, he hits another gear. Like once he breaks through like the second line of defense, it's like he kind of like kicks up and just takes off. And I think that's what the fans see, and they're like, it's astonishing. Like it's amazing to watch even out there on the field. So I'm glad he's on our team.
When you see him do that, lift 675 pounds or whatever, what goes through your mind?
I mean, it's just power, just like explosiveness. I mean, like I said, you don't want to get in front of him. I'm glad I think I played him. I think I played him a couple years ago, and it wasn't fun. But yeah, I think it's just the physical freak ability that he has, and like I said, he doesn't waste movement. He gets right to his spots and powers through holes. So I mean, it's unbelievable to watch.
John, you talk about not being able to hit Nick, but for the linemen in pads, I know it's big to them. For a defensive back, how important is it for you guys to be in full pad in practice, or is not really that important?
Tackling wise, I think we're fine because it's mostly like angles for us. But just being in full pads, so you can get a feel for where you place your hands and not grabbing the guy and like when you're in coverage, I think it's huge to be in full pads. But tackling, we pretty much just go low and chop a guy down. So I don't think it's that much for tackling. But it is good to have pads on to see how you can run, see how you can look for the ball. Like all that stuff plays a part in it.
And then we saw one-on-ones for the first time yesterday, and I can only assume two for his DB that those are important drills as well.
Yeah, they're important. I mean, it's kind of like a offensive drill, but it's good to be out there, by yourself, because in a game you're going to have a one-on-one eventually, and you got to win it. So and it adds into the competing part of practice. So it's always good to do one-on-ones.
I'm going to ask if I see you out there celebrating with him when he's made these big plays, but AJ Green has had a strong camp. He had a good end of last season. What do you guys see out there from him and his development and all that excitement?
I feel like he could be a starter on a lot of teams in this league. It just so happens that he's kind of like the third guy sometimes. I mean, like you said, he stepped in games and played really, really well. So he could be a starter on a lot of teams in this league, and I just like being out there competing with him. He's one of those guys too that we talk a lot, we communicate, we make sure that we communicate, overly communicate. So I love his game, I love his ability, I love his level of competition. So he's a good teammate.
John, I guess like last year you were new too, even though there's so many younger guys in this
100%.
TV room. I guess like how do you feel, now having a full year plus in Joe Woods' defense, and how do you think you've progressed yourself?
Right, I say it's night and day. Like I feel like this is home. Like at first it was kind of like not like I'm visiting, but it was kind of like I'm getting used to things, getting used to the guys, getting used to just people around the building. So now it does feel like home, and I think it is translated out on the field just from a leadership level too.
Yeah.
Yep.